All right, we good? Point to me, and we're ready. Let's go. Welcome back, Southwest Florida, with the African Network of Southwest Florida's Gala. We're now at the dinner portion, and so I've sneaked back out here to get some quick interviews in before this moment passes us by. These gentlemen here, Lodovic, Kimble here on my left, Roy Kennix on my right, happen to be members of Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity, but they're also well-read individuals, and they are here to support the African Network of Southwest Florida. Of course, if I mention Kappa Alpha Psi, I must mention Phi Beta Sigma fraternity, the Blue and White Brigade, who is always in the middle making things happen. So as I partake in this conversation with these guys dressed in their African garb, this is going to be a thriller in Manila. Without further ado, Roy Kennix, tell us why you thought it was important that you come out tonight to support this event.
Well, I think it's been a half century since much of pre-colonial Africa received its independence, and during that half century, the members of the African diaspora, many of them have migrated here to the United States, and oftentimes it can be a lonely and almost alienated existence. So from time to time, like other ethnic groups in this land, it's important for us to demonstrate our affirmation of our African identity. So I need to be here because I'm a firm believer in the importance of asserting my identity as part of the African diaspora. That's why I think it's important.
And Mr. Lodovic Kimble, a member of the board of directors for the African Network of Southwest Florida, why did you think it was important that you come out tonight and support this event?
Well, first, as a member of the African Network, and as a member of African Native American. Native Americans are Afro-Asiatic people who migrated here first. So if you read a book by Ivan Verserova called They Came Before Columbus, you will realize that the African footprint was on this continent first before Cristobal Colon came here. And it's very neat that Africans who come from primarily three parts of the world, those who are immigrants who are here from Africa, those who are immigrants from the Caribbean, and involuntary immigrants who are African Americans who came here as a result of slavery, have so much in common that we must unite. And then the picture that Peter's trying to repaint is also, if you look at anthropology, that life began in Africa. Man walked out of Africa and populated the world. So all the diversity you have in the world today is as a result of early Africans, such as Homo erectus, who walked out of Africa first.
Now, Mr. Kimble, please tell us, what is your profession?
I'm a psychology professor and African historian.
And Mr. Kennix, stop going through the program, man. You're on TV. Everybody see you looking through the program on TV. Jesus Christ. What is your profession, sir?
I am a director of planning and development for Basic Learning Skills. And Basic Learning Skills, a company that provides tutoring for children, kindergarten through 12th grade. What we try to do was fill in the gap left by the suspension of the No Child Left Behind program, where thousands of children were tutored for free, children from disadvantaged families. With that program no longer in existence, we've created what we call affordable tutoring, which is a program that provides the same tutoring in math and reading for youngsters, but at a price that's about 40% of what some of the older companies like Sylvan and Kumon charge.
Now you got a chance to get that commercial in. Tell people how they can get in touch with you. Give a phone number and a website, and we offer that.
Thank you, Lee. Our phone number is 239-332-3480. Our website, let me give you our email address, basiclearningskills95@yahoo.com. Please contact us for our services.
Okay, now let's get back to the African Network. I like this guy's style. He knows how to get that commercial in. Paid public announcement. Now, this event tonight, we have Aib, who's going to be the percussionist, going to perform tonight, bringing an African flavor to this particular event. Lodovic Kimble, tell us what you know about Aib, our musical entertainer tonight.
I've been knowing Aib for about 35 years. Aib actually left Senegal, went to France, told me that he went there to play soccer, and he was no good at it, so somebody told him, do something you're good at. He says all the boys in this village knew how to play drums, so he played drums. And he met Herbie Hancock. As a result of meeting Herbie Hancock, he comes back to the United States, ends up moving to Fort Myers, and he's lived in this area for about 35 years. That's great. He is one of the greatest percussionists in the world.
And Roy, I know you've gotten a chance, and you're a connoisseur of fine music. What's your thoughts about Aib?
Well, let me give you one indication that sort of, I guess, underscores the point Lodovic made. I once ran into Aib in the airport in San Francisco. He had been coming, he was passing through there from a gig someplace over in Europe. So the guys, with Aib, we have a guy who's not only well respected locally, but at an international level. Aib is well respected for his skills as a percussionist.
Roy, the crowd that has come out tonight, culturally diverse people have really come out in large form to support the African Network of Southwest Florida's gala. Why do you think that the African Network draws such a crowd and such a diverse crowd?
I think that there's a yearning within the African American, and not only African Americans, Hispanics, persons of other ethnic groups, to be able to, in a very comfortable way, reaffirm their identity and project their identity. All too often, we have a feeling that we need to succumb to this notion of a melting pot. Well, the idea of a melting pot has its place, but each person does have some kind of ethnic orientation or identity, and they would like to be able to let the world know that and see that they're proud of who they are. So I think that this gives us all an opportunity to reaffirm in a very deep kind of way who we are.
Lodovic, what do you hope when people experience the total of tonight's program? What do you think that they would take from it and take back to their communities?
I would hope they feel a sense of cultural unity, that diverse groups of people came together for a common cause, to raise money for a scholarship fund, and to support the notion that there's an African in all of us. As Roy made a comment about the notion of the melting pot theory, it's really never worked. The melting pot theory was that everybody would blend in and become British or German. It is a big salad bowl. Live us all together, we'll blend in time.
It's not a melting pot, people. It is a salad bowl with all different identities and concepts that will remain intact, but they'll make a great salad nevertheless. Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure having the both of you here to lend some intellectual stimulation to Lee Pitts Live. Hope you guys enjoyed the presentation. Of course, tonight I'll be giving the keynote address. And Roy, what do you think I should do in my keynote address? You got any idea what Lee Pitts is going to say?
Well, I think you've done a lot. You've made a great contribution to diversity, recognition of diversity in this community, and as well as the recognition of contributions that have been made by African Americans and other individuals of color, including Hispanics. So I think your selection as a keynote speaker, in some ways, it shows, it's a reflection of the appreciation that people have for the work that you've done to help give a presence and recognition to African American people. You do it every Sunday in your program when you recognize people who would not be recognized were it not for your show. So I think you just need to, do more of the same tonight. Just sort of distill a lot of what you do on a daily basis and tell us what it means to you to have had 25 years of being able to project the diversity that exists in our community.
Roy Kennix, of course, is my mentor. He's also my public relations director. Mr. Lodovic, I can't let you get away without letting people know that you are involved with African and black student unions, and whatever the concept may be. Right. You have been involved and recognized on a national level for your work on those college campuses with those various students. Sort of expound on that, if you please.
Well, the state of Florida is the only state that has a statewide African Student Association. It's called the Florida African American Student Association, founded by Bill McCrae at FAMU over 40 years ago. And that organization promotes leadership among African students. And while at Edison, I had the opportunity to help a number of minority organizations evolve. We found the Florida African American Student Association. We found LASA, Latin American Student Association. We found the Native American Cultural Society. We found the International Student Association. All of those groups together help promote diversity on Edison's campus during the 18 years that I was there.
Outstanding. Outstanding. Well, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure having you here. As the saying goes on this particular show, for those who say it can't be done, they are usually interrupted by those like Roy and Lodovic, who are doing it right here at the African Network of Southwest Florida's 2016 Gala. We'll be right back.